HTML layout elements and techniques. And now we're gonna see this example, so we're gonna click try it yourself. And here we have the code as we saw previously. So now we're gonna type all this code in Visual Studio Code. So we're gonna open Visual Studio Code and we're gonna create a file name. You can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it let me see, it's gonna be on test and it's gonna be index.html. You can name it whatever you want, so yes, make sure you have one. We're gonna press shift exclamation mark, so we have a template. Okay, so I have a template to work with. I'm gonna make a little bigger one, so okay, that's fine. Let me see, let's open it. Okay, so yeah, so in the title we have CSS template. So instead of document, we're just gonna type in CSS template. Okay, that is gonna be for our title. Now we're gonna use the style element. So you just type in style and we have our style element, and inside of that we're gonna have the asterisk selector, and the asterisk selector pretty much selects all the elements within the text. So in this case we're gonna select box sizing and we're gonna assign it to border box. So we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code and we're gonna type in asterisk and open curly braces. Now we're gonna do box sizing, so it's gonna be box, and as soon as you start typing you can see all these options. We have box sizing, and if you go to the right it specifies the behavior of the width and height properties. We also have a box shadow, attaches one or more drop shadows to the box. The property is a comma separated list of shadows, each specified by 2 to 4 length values. So you have box decoration break, and you have a bunch of more options. We're gonna go for the box sizing, and it's gonna be border box. So again, it's gonna be box sizing colon border box, and we're gonna separate it by semicolon. So we're gonna save it. Okay, and outside of the curly braces, now we're gonna use the body element. This is the property. This could be the body element. This is gonna be the property. So we're gonna open curly braces. It's gonna be head, and it's gonna be style. It's gonna be body. It's not gonna be head. It's gonna be body. It's gonna be body. Okay, so now inside of the curly braces we're gonna type in the font family. So it's gonna be font family, and as you can see we have the font size, font family, font weight, font style, font display, font variant, feature settings, stretch, variant. We have variant, kerning, and we have all these options here. So we're gonna go for the font family, and it's gonna be this one, Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. So this is the one that we are using here, or they are using in this example. Okay, so outside of that we're gonna have this comment, style the header. So right now we're gonna be styling the header. And by the way, this is how our website has to look. So we saw this in the previous video. This is the final product. So we're gonna go, and it's gonna be the header now. So outside of the curly braces we're gonna type in header. It was header or just head? Yeah, it was header. So open curly braces, and now we're gonna have the background, the padding, the text, the font size, and the color. Okay, so it's gonna be the background color, and again you have all these options: background attachment, background color, background image, background position, background repeat, background size, and you have all these options. And if you go to the right it has a description of these options here. So but we are gonna go for background color, and we're gonna pick I don't know, let's pick, I don't know, crimson maybe. Let's see what happens. So now we're gonna go for the padding. So now padding is gonna be 30, it's gonna be 30 pixels. Okay, you have to type in pixels at the end. Then we're gonna have the text align is gonna be center. So text align is gonna be center. And now we're gonna go for font size 35 pixels. Font size, and it's gonna be 35 pixels. You have to type in px at the end. And finally we're gonna have the color of the text that is gonna be it's gonna be white, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna be white. So that is for the header, and everything is inside of the style element. So that is that for the example. Now we're gonna create two columns. It's gonna be the boxes that flow next to each other. So we have the nav. Okay, so we're gonna have a nav, and let's save all our code up to this point. So we go to all plus L plus O. We have here, we just have the CSS template. There's nothing here. But if we go to the Chrome Developer Tools, Ctrl Shift I, we can see that we have a body here, have the head, and we have the title, we have the styles here. So but still we don't have anything yet. So we're gonna continue with the nav. And okay, this is gonna be again inside, everything is inside of the style. So we're gonna go here, nav, we open curly braces, and this time we're gonna use float. It's gonna be to the left, float to the left. Let me see, float, and it's gonna be to the left. And you can, again, you have all these options. You can have inline end, inline start, left, none, right, inherit, initial, and set. We're gonna choose left. We're gonna go to width. So the width is gonna be 30%, like that. Semicolon at the end. Let me guess, 30%. Yeah, that's right. Width. Now we have height. Now we have the height, and the height is gonna be 300 pixels, like that. 300 pixels. Now we have the background color. What is this? What is this color? CCC. Let me see. It's gonna be. Let me see. What is this color? Oh, yeah, they don't give me this color. Okay, so we are in the height right now, 300 pixels. Now we're gonna have the background color. Okay, so it's gonna be background color. No, it was just gonna be just background. Okay, so let me see. If I type number sign and then CC, so this is the color. Okay, so they are talking about this snap right here. Okay, so I don't know, let's change it to something maybe a green stuff. Okay, so let's go for, I don't know, this number. After that we can change those colors, so you can just play around with those colors. So semicolon at the end, and then the padding, and the padding is gonna be 20 pixels. Okay, so it's gonna be 20 pixels, and that is for the nav. So we have this nav here. Now we're gonna have another nav, and it's gonna be for the UL. So we're gonna save it. So we're gonna save all of our work until this point. And let's see if we go to the Chrome Developer Tools, if we go to the head, if we go to styles, we can see all our, we have the box sizing, we have the font family, the header, and now we have here the nav. And I am here in elements, so the flow to the left with 30%, height 300 pixels. We have the background color using this one, and the padding is 20 pixels. So we're doing good up to this point. Now we're gonna go for the nav UL, and again we are still inside of the styling element. So now we style the list inside the menu, so it's gonna be nav UL light style type is gonna be none, and the padding is gonna be 0. So list, and again I just type in list, and as you can see I have these options: list hyphen style hyphen type colon disk. We have list style type, list style position, list style image, line height step, font variant, ligatures, and you have all these options. So we're gonna go with list style type, and instead of these we're just gonna type in none. We're just gonna type in none. Okay, so that is that. Then the padding is gonna be 0. The padding is gonna be 0. And okay, so now we're gonna go for the articles. Okay, so now we're gonna go article, and I'm gonna article, open curly braces, and inside of the articles we're gonna have the flow, the padding, the width, the background color, and the height. Okay, so let's just type it. So I'm gonna have the float is gonna be to the left, I guess. Let me see, or yeah, to the left. The padding is gonna be 20 pixels, so we're gonna go padding 20 pixels. Okay, so now we're gonna go for the width. So it's gonna be the width is gonna be, I guess, 70 pixels. Let me see, yeah, 70% this time. Now the height of the background color, and the background color is gonna be what they're using, this color F1. Let me see, F1. So they're using this kind of yeah, they're using this color. So let me see, we can just grab other color, maybe this one, and you can play around with these colors. So if you're following along, so the height is gonna be 300 pixels. So the height is gonna be 300 pixels. So that is that. We're gonna save it, so we save it. Now we have the section clear floats after the column. So again, we already saved all our code here. Let's make sure that it's safe. Let's open it. Okay, alright, so we'll go here in the elements, inside of the body, inside of the head, and we're gonna go to styles, and yeah, we have everything here. So now we're gonna go into the section. Okay, section, and we're gonna see, this is a general example. We're gonna see more in-depth examples later in future videos. So we have after, and then we're gonna open curly braces. Now we're gonna have the content, and just gonna go to empty double quotes, semicolon, and we have display. So display is gonna be table. Now we're gonna have clear both. Okay, so that is that for this section. Now we're gonna have the footer, this footer here, and the reason we are not seeing anything here because everything is happening inside of the body. So inside of the body we have the heading 2, the paragraphs, and we have some articles and all the stuff here. So if I just copy and paste it, we will see everything, but I'm just gonna type everything. So we have the footer now. Okay, so now we're gonna go for the footer. Okay, so footer, again we open curly braces, and we're gonna have the background color. The background color is gonna be aqua. Let's play around with the colors. Background color, we have the padding of 10. So we have the padding of 10 pixels. Okay, so then we have text align center. Text align is gonna be center, As you can see, this is gonna be the footer, so they're using this color. So the color that I pick is aqua, so that is that. So now where it was, okay, so the color is gonna be white. Okay, so color is gonna be, I don't know, let's just type in black. Okay, so that is that for the footer. And now we have the responsive layout. Makes the two columns boxes stack on top of each other instead of next to each other on a small screen. So we have the add media, and we're gonna open parentheses this time. We're gonna have the max, you type in max hyphen, then width, and the calling is gonna be set to 600 pixels. Okay, so now we open curly braces, and inside of the curly braces we're gonna have the width of 100% and the height auto. So the width is gonna be the width is gonna be 100%, and the height is gonna be auto. Let me see what happens, why they don't like that. Let me see. Okay, the width 100%, and okay, so first we need to call that is gonna be the nav and the article. Okay, so just once we open the curly braces, we're gonna press enter, we're gonna type in nav comma article, and then we're gonna open a new set of curly braces. So I'm gonna close it here. Okay, so yeah, it has to look like this now. Okay, so now it's working. So we open the curly braces, we're gonna have the nav, the article, and then we open again curly braces, and inside of the curly braces of the nav and article we're gonna have the width of 100% and the height is gonna be auto. So we close the curly braces of the nav and article, and then we close the curly braces of the add media max hyphen width. So outside of that we finish with the style, so we end the style tag. So that is that, we save it, and again if we go to our website nothing is happening because we haven't typing anything in our body and the body of the index.html, so we don't have a paragraph, a text, nothing. So if we go to the style and the elements, but you can see that we have everything here. We have the footer, we have the add media, and yeah, we can move this one a little bit here maybe so it looks better. So I'm just gonna move it like this. Okay, so that is that for the style element. So now we're gonna go inside of the body, and now we're gonna type in, okay, this is the head. Inside of the body we're gonna have the CSS layout float, and it's gonna be a heading 2. So inside of the body we're gonna have a heading 2. It's gonna be a heading 2, and it's gonna be CSS float. Okay, CSS layout float. Okay, CSS layout float. Okay, so we're gonna save it, and right now we're gonna finally see something here. So we have our heading 2 now. So now we're gonna have a paragraph below, and I'm just gonna copy this paragraph. So below of the heading 2 we're gonna have a paragraph, and it's gonna be, okay, this is gonna be this paragraph. So let's just make it a little bit smaller so we can appreciate it. So we're gonna save it. We can go to our website and we can see that it's starting to take shape. So CSS layout flow. In this example we have created a header, 2 columns, boxes, and a footer. On smaller screens the columns will stack on top of each other. So if you press here toggle this device toolbar, This is kind of like imitating a tablet or a smartphone. So that is that. And if we go to the elements and we go inside of the body, now inside of the body we have this heading 2. We also have the paragraph. You can see the paragraph here. So now we have the heading 2 and the paragraph. So now we're gonna have another paragraph. So again, I'm just gonna copy it because I'm just gonna copy it. So I'm gonna paste it here. And okay, effect, and the effect. So let's just move a little bit here. So we have a second paragraph, and we will, if we go to our website, it says resize the browser window to see the responsive effect. You will learn more about this in our next chapter, HTML responsive. So that is that. It's just a paragraph, and if you can see, pretty much there's nothing special up to this point. So I'm just gonna keep typing. So now we're gonna have our header. So now we're gonna have our header inside of the body section. Okay, so as you can see, we have here, this is gonna work, this CSS style is gonna work for our header. So below the paragraph we're gonna have header. Okay, so inside of the header we are gonna have H2 cities. So we're gonna have a heading 2 and we're gonna have cities. Okay, we're gonna save it, and okay, this is how it looks like now. So this is starting to take some shape, and it's taking that color because this is the color that we are choosing. You can choose any color you like. You can play around and I don't know, maybe grab this one and play around and see. It changes to green or greenish kind of color. We can go for, I don't know, this one, and it changes again. So yeah, you can play around. You have also the color. As in this case we're using white, but we can go for, I don't know, red maybe. So let's see what happens, and it's changing as you can see. So you can play around. So but this is our CSS inside of the HTML file. We could have created here in the root a CSS file and work it from here, but we are doing it this way. So we are here inside of the header. Now we're gonna go to, we have the header. Now we're gonna go into the section. Okay, so we're gonna open the section. Okay, so it's gonna be in lines 80, but first here we have the section. So this is what is gonna work for our this is the section. This is our CSS. This is what it is gonna work for the CSS. So in lines 80 I'm gonna type angle brackets. I'm gonna type in section, close angle brackets. I have this tag of section. Inside of that I'm gonna have the nav finally. Okay, inside of the nav I'm gonna have the UL. Okay, so it has to look like this. So I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go to our website, and it's starting to take some shape. So we have the section. Inside of the section we have the nav, and inside of the nav we're gonna have the UL. And if you mouse over it, you have the section here. The section element represents a generic section of a document or application. A section in this context is a thematic grouping of content. Each section should be identified typically by including a heading 1 to 6 element as a child of the section. We have the nav. The nav element represents a section of a page that links to other pages or to parts within the page. A section with navigation links. And finally we have the UL. The UL element represents a list of items where the order of the items is not important. That is, where changing the order would not materially change the meaning of the document. So that is that, and this is how it is starting to look. If you press Ctrl+Shift+I, so you have also the Chrome Developer Tools. Let's make it a little smaller to 100% so you can appreciate that. So now inside of the UL we're gonna have an LI or three LIs. So we're gonna have LI, that is that, and we're gonna have three of LIs, so that is that. It's gonna look like this. We're gonna save it. We go to our website, nothing is changing. Okay, so now inside of the LI we're gonna have an A tag with an href. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna open angle brackets, and I'm gonna have this one, an A element. Okay, so we're gonna have here London. Okay, and now we're gonna have an href, equal sign. Once you type equal sign, in my case automatically it just comes with the double quotes, so you put here you just put in the number sign like this. Okay, so we're gonna save it. Okay, so you have London here, and it's sending us to the HTML number sign, because I put a number sign here. Okay, that is that for the href. Now we're gonna have the same for Paris and Tokyo. So you can just, I don't know, maybe just copy in this case. So if you want to type it, you can type it in if you want. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it, and instead of London we're gonna have Paris, and instead of the third one we're gonna have Tokyo, like this. So we're gonna save it, and we're gonna go to our website, and this is how it looks like: London, Paris, and Tokyo. So our website is starting to take some shape. So that is that for the nav section, nav element in our section. So now we're gonna go for the article. We're gonna type in article. So outside of the nav we're gonna open angle brackets and then type in article. Okay, so inside of the article we're gonna have the heading 1. Okay, so we're gonna have a heading 1 of London. So we're gonna save it, and let's see how it looks like. So as you can see, we have London, and you have this. Okay, so inside of the article, just below the heading 1, we're gonna have a paragraph, 2 paragraphs. So I'm just gonna copy those 2 paragraphs. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this one, the United and the United Kingdom. Okay, and then we're gonna have the second paragraph. Okay, so a major settlement. Okay, here, and let's just do it again. So now we have 2 paragraphs inside of the article. I'm gonna save it, and let's go to our website. And as you can see, maybe you cannot see, it's kind of small, but if I zoom maybe to 125%, we have London. London is the capital city of England. It is the most populous city in the United Kingdom, with a metropolitan area of over 13 million inhabitants, standing over the river Thames. London has been a major settlement for 2 millennia, its history going back to its founding by the Romans, who named it Londinium. Okay, so that is that. And this is just an example. I mean, I don't know if that information is accurate, but let's just keep moving it. This is just for this example. So okay, so we end the article tag. So that is that. And now we're gonna have, okay, outside of the section, finally we're gonna have the footer. So we're gonna have the footer tag. Inside of the footer tag we are gonna have just the paragraph with footer. So I just put the footer. Let's see. Well, you cannot see. Well, you can see this little rectangle. So I'm just gonna type in footer. It's just gonna be a paragraph, and let's just put footer. let's type footer. So we save it, and yeah, this is how it has to look, footer. So obviously the colors have changed because we were messing around with the colors, so this is how it has to look. So that is the footer, and yeah, that's pretty much all this code that we already type in. So CSS layout float, you have the London, Paris, Tokyo. So now if we just refresh it and we click London, we have the London as the capital of the city of England. We have the footer. Maybe we can make it a little bigger, kind of like a 200. We can go here if we press maybe even bigger. So we have CSS layout. In this example, we have created a header, 2 columns, boxes, and a footer. So you have here the cities, you have the two nabs, you have the footer. Again, we have the header, 2 nabs, and the footer. And if we can go to Ctrl+Shift+I to our elements, and we go inside of the body, we have the paragraph here. We have another paragraph. You have the header. You have the section, as you can see. And we can go here, toggle device toolbar, and make it look like imitating a tablet or a smartphone. And you can make the width bigger and the height also bigger or smaller. You can play around, and yeah, that's pretty much how it looks like. So right now, again, we have the HTML layout elements. And again, we already saw this example, but I'm just gonna repeat it. HTML has several semantic elements that define the different parts of a web page. As you can see here, you have the header. Below you have the nav, you have the section, you have the article, you have the aside, and finally you have the footer. And we have the header that defines a header for a document or a section. We have the nav that defines a set of navigation links. We have the section defines a section and a document. We have the article that defines an independent self-contained content. We have the aside defines content aside from the content, like a sidebar. We have the footer defines a footer for a document or section. We have the details that defines additional details that the user can open and close on demand. And finally, you can have the summary that defines a heading for the details element.